Hi and welcome to Ambrosia. My name is Bhavya Desai and today is all about Jamun. Not the Jamun like the plum, but of course Jamun Dry Gin. So the price of this is rupees 2100 and this comes from Mohan Meakins, who are the famous makers of Old Monk rum and also the Solent Gold single malt. Now this is the first expression from them when it comes to dry gin, and in this video I'm going to taste this gin and tell you how it is. So let's get started. The gin scene in India has really exploded in the past couple of years with as many as almost 20 homegrown gins coming out of here. Now, of course, most of these come out of Goa and also they use juniper witches like that. But only a handful really use Himalayan juniper. Now, the price of this is 2100 as mentioned before, and this is available currently in limited markets like Himachal Pradesh, of course, Chandigarh as well, and in Uttar Pradesh. But this will soon be available in Goa, Meghalaya, and Arunachal Pradesh as well. Now, the makers say that the plans are that in this financial year, this is also going to be expanded into different markets, and of course, this gin is also heavily exported as well. There are a few gins which use the juniper which comes from the Himalayas, but for Jamun, that is one of its unique characteristics. And if you're wondering what's in the name, then like me as well, when I first heard about this gin, then I thought this is a flavored gin, but actually it is not. This is called Jamun because a lot of the times juniper berries are also referred to as Jamun, and that's possibly one of the reasons why its name is Jamun Dry Gin. Now this comes from the Kasoli distillery of Mohan Meakins, which is based in Shimla, and this distillery also makes the Solent No. 1 and Solent Gold whiskey. Now, if you remember, recently we put the Solent Gold whiskey in the top 6 Indian single malts that you must try. I'll put the card over here in case if you want to see that review. But this is bottled in the Solent brewery and it is done so using the Himalayan spring water. Now that's the second most important unique characteristic for this, because much like the whiskies that Solent has or Mohan Meakin has, that adds a very unique blend and a unique taste to that. So Hemant Mohan, who's the maker of this gin, says that the macerated neutral spirit and the botanicals and spices are distilled in a specially designed copper pot still. This distilled is then reduced to a bottling strength in order to give this gin a very smooth and a full-bodied flavor. So if we talk about the packaging of the bottle, then for me it looks more like a vodka bottle than a gin bottle, because usually gin bottles tend to be a little taller, they are usually thinner, but I really like it in general. Love the fact that it's really simple and nice. Of course, from the look of it, they've gone in with the deep gradient purple look, which is probably the ode to a juniper or the berry. In terms of information also, this is very different. Normally gin bottles always talk a little bit about the botanicals that are being used, because that's very critical. But on this, you actually see behind they've spoken more about the Himalayan spring water that is being used, which really trickles down from a feet of 6,000 feet. So that's really interesting to see. Otherwise, I love the finish. It's really nice. I can see my hand at the bottom, but when you put it on top, you cannot see it. So that's really nice, good packaging that you see. So let's get to the tasting and nosing. So always the freshness of the botanicals and the gin, especially when you're tasting it after such a long time, is just amazing. I love the botanicals. You clearly get the very gin sort of a nosing, which is citrusy, which is a little bit of lemon peel, a little bit of coriander as well. Just love the freshness. Let's get to the tasting. So immediately you definitely get that citrusy spike, you get that lemon peel, you get a little bit of sweetness as well, which is actually a little aftertaste, kind of like an orangey sort of a thing, which is really nice. I am getting a little bit of spice as well. There is nice hint of spice which is coming in now. The finish is nice and full-bodied. It's still going on. A little warmness, a nice warmness, not something which is like a burn, but a nice warm finish, which is really good. I'm still feeling it, which is really nice. So in the aroma, you definitely get a little bit of coriander, but when you taste it, you don't really get that. But still inside your palate, you still get a little bit of that aroma, which is really nice. Um, yeah, I mean it's really full bodied. It's really nice. Love the balance, and as I was saying that water really has magic in it. It actually makes it so smooth, which is something that you really need to taste yourself to see it. So, what do I think about this gin in conclusion? Honestly, I mean, this is the first expression that they really have when it comes to gin. And as I said, the water that is in there is really good, makes it really well-bodied, nice balance. It gives you everything and ticks all the boxes that the gin really has, which is in terms of citrusy feel, there's botanicals, the freshness. It's really good. I mean, for rupees 2100, especially with the gin scene really blowing up in India, this is something that I think you should surely try, especially if you can get it in one of the states that you can, or in the states when it comes to you soon. I just hope it comes to you a lot faster than it really does. So yeah, I mean, that's been a review. And if you like this video, then as usual, make sure that you like, share and subscribe to our channel. Do not forget, do not go without subscribing to our channel. Follow us on Ambrosia Instagram as well. Look us up on our website, which is ambrosiaindia.com. And let me know in the comments what you think about this video, if there's any other gin that you like or we should review. And until next time, very important is drink responsibly.